Oh, it's the spoiler bowl. That's what I call it because the Cincinnati Bengals, they aren't going to the playoffs this year. That's a real shame. No Westivus celebrations in January. But what they can do, they can mess up the Pittsburgh Steelers season, West, which would be a lot of fun, I would think.
That would be fun. And I got to ask Mark Sessler, who do you trust? An upset-minded, spoiler-poised team like the Bengals welcoming back A.J. Green, or a Steelers young defense that is burgeoning over the past month, playing out of their minds, swarming the quarterback? Which one do you trust?
No question about it. I think it's the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Bengals have lost plenty of games with A.J. Green on the field this year. He's a big addition for them. But this Pittsburgh pass rush has been alive over the past month. Like you said, we're watching a bunch of young players come into their own. Something the Steelers have not had happen in a long time. And then on the other side of the ball, you have their offense. So I go Pittsburgh.
They've played some lousy offenses in this stretch, but I think the pass rush that they're getting from Bud Dupree, especially, but really from the entire group, is for real. And everyone has a good pass rush against Cincinnati. I mean, this offensive line's been as disappointing as any group in the league.
I think this will be a competitive game, but I do trust Pittsburgh's defense more just because it seems like, in general, Pittsburgh is rounding into form at the right time, and Cincinnati has had their struggles this year.
If it wasn't such an intense rivalry, I would think the Steelers might overlook them. But this has been the most passionate, hate-filled rivalry in the league over the past.
And yet,
the Bengals would love to mess up Pittsburgh's season.
But this Bengals team is they are just operating a notch below from where they were before. There's
absolutely, but I think the Bengals' best game is good enough to beat Pittsburgh. If they play a perfect game, I mean, Andy Dalton's performance against Philadelphia, I know it was against a bad team, whatever. The throws he made when Andy Dalton was on fire, they can hang with a team like Pittsburgh. It wouldn't stun me.
Pittsburgh goes into stadiums sometimes and they give you the big dud game, and it's very concerning in general about their makeup under Mike Tomlin. Happens once in a while, but they went into Buffalo and it didn't matter where they were playing in a snowstorm. Absolutely executed that team. I think that Pittsburgh is on a roll. It's going to continue.